継承者はくらえ断罪のいけくらえ断罪のたてがみ神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす神霊に従いついの番長悪を超くらえ断罪のはくらえ断罪のいけ悪神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす見事な攻撃でしたわ。
Hey guys, Misery here, back with another CZN video, and in today's video we're going to be showcasing Fei against Tower Floors 150. Fei just recently released, and I know a lot of people are questioning on whether she is worth it or not. In this video I will be showcasing her Heaven's Fall build. This is not her best build. Her best build is probably going to be with Selena and Hugo, but I didn't really feel like building either of those, and I kind of wanted to go for like a different build. Her playstyle is really fun, and she is very similar to somebody maybe like Serennial, Luke, Renoa, Diana, people who spam a lot. So if you like any of those units, you'll probably like Fei. But right before we get into this video, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor. LDShop is a safe and reliable game top-up site which offers deals for games such as Chaos Zero Nightmare, Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, and a lot others. LDShop offers safe and fast deliveries with affordable prices compared to the actual in-game stores, which can allow you to spend big but save more, taking as little as 5 minutes to receive your purchase. Something that would cost me $100 from the in-game Chaos Zero Nightmare store would only cost me $72 on LDShop, saving me upwards of $28, which is almost up to 30% off. Currently, new registered users will get a 15% off coupon on top of another 5% off coupon for a total of 20% off your first purchase. LDShop is already established as one of the biggest top-up sites, and you may have heard of them before, making them a trustworthy company so you have nothing to worry about. Sign up now through the link in the description or the pinned comment below. So getting straight into the builds, starting off with Fei. My Fei is only level 10 affinity. I really didn't go that much into her, but she does have a ton of attack. Her base attack is pretty high at 625. My Fei has 1087 attack, 57.7% critical chance, 208.1% critical damage. Now she does scale off of extra damage, so you do want to be stacking extra damage if possible on her if you can. I only have 24.9% extra damage, but it's better than nothing because her flame art stacks are going to do extra attacks, and those scale off of extra damage. As for the partner I'm running on Fei, I am running Daisy. You can run something like Rosario, which is probably going to be better, but I just had a max level Daisy lying around not being used by anyone, so I put it on Fei. But she definitely does a lot of damage if built correctly, so you don't really need to min-max on her too hard. She'll still perform really good and do what she needs to do for the team. Daisy is just going to be increasing Fei's attack, but also not only Fei's attack, her extra damage amount for extra attacks. And when the assigned combat draws for the first time each turn using an ability, it has a 40% chance to gain 1 morale for 1 turn, but that's only once per turn sadly. Where like a partner like Rosaria can proc her morale passive multiple times in a turn. As for the deck, this is the deck we're going to be running. This is going to be the Heaven's Fall build. For Exorcist Formation, of course, we're going to be on the Epiphany that gives Inferno Rhapsody Heaven. Those are going to be giving us Descent instead of drawing like the other Inferno Rhapsody, so that gets us closer to more Heaven's Fall. We are going to have 4 Soliloquy. 3 of them are on the draw 3 Epiphany, and of those drawn cards, discard all 1 cost or higher cards. You're rarely going to be discarding cards because most cards in this team composition, along with the other teammates I use, I'll show later on in this video, most of the cards are going to be 0 cost. But we did split Epiphany for the Soliloquy. So we have 3 of the regular draw 3 ones, but then we have the activate 3 Infernal Rhapsody and drop out on the target. And you get 2 Descent for each activated card. So that's going to be helping us get more Heaven's Fall. You're just going to be wanting to split and only get 1 of the Soliloquy that activates the Infernal Rhapsody. Because I think if you get 2 of those, it's going to be too much. You draw pretty often. If you draw all of your Infernal Rhapsody already, the Soliloquy kind of is useless. That specific Soliloquy is 1 cost, so we have that on a reduced cost divine. But yeah, later on you'll see in this video, Fei can draw a ton, especially in 0 cost card comps. She is a really good drawer. As for the Night Rain, we just have the 1 at the start of the turn, move to hand. That's 2 free flame arts. You need 3 to proc an extra attack, and it's 0 cost. It's basically free. Can't go wrong with that. That's probably one of the better Night Rains for Fei. For the Soulfire Dance, you may be wondering why didn't he go the Heaven's Fall Epiphany for that card? So the Heaven's Fall Epiphany for Soulfire Dance really isn't that good considering how much AP you have to spend. It's like 500% multi, and Heaven's Fall has 100% base, this multiplier. So 500% multi is just going to make it go up to 600%. It sounds like a lot, but in reality it's not that much, and you get way more value out of this Soulfire Dance that I have on right now. That draws, and you get Flame Arts ×2, and you also get Descent. The draw really isn't going to be like that helpful because you ideally want to be playing this card at the end of the turn when you have 9 AP, but you are going to get Flame Arts ×2 and Descent. We did get Mutation Enhanced Attack level 4, so that's 8% extra attack, and then for the weapon we also got Tentacles, that's another 8% attack, and then Chest Piece, Crown, of course, 6% crit chance, and then Verdant Day for the accessory, it's going to be another 8% attack on odd turns. But yeah, the gear on this deck is pretty good, and we got a pretty decent, mutation. As for the memory fragments, I'm just running a simple 2-2, 2-piece attack set, 2-piece critical damage set, and then the last 2 slots are just going to be off pieces, just can go whatever. But like I said earlier, you are going to be wanting to stack extra damage on Fei if possible, extra damage, critical chance, critical damage, attack for the substats, and then for the main stats, 4 slot is going to be crit chance, 5th slot is either going to be elemental percentage or attack, and then 6 slots also going to be attack. And yeah, that's the entire Fei build that we use in this video. If you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them. Then moving on to the second unit we use in this team composition. For the support, we're going to be using Adelheid. My Adelheid is level 40 affinity and E2 plus partner, so I kind of did, invest a lot into Adelheid because I think she's like pretty good for support. My Adelheid has 467 defense, 1196 health, basically 1200, and yeah, 21 ego recovery. But you don't really need ego recovery, you can just get it if like you possibly can. It's not needed, kind of just like a min-max. But ideally just want to be stacking defense and health on Adelheid. As for the partner, like I said earlier, I do have her designated partner Clara. Clara is going to be really good here because Clara is going to be giving 16% defense. But not only that, when you use the blessing card, you're going to get this buff called Prism, and that's going to be a multiplicative buff. Multiplicative isn't going to be the best on Fei since she has low multi cards. With her Infernal Rhapsody and Heaven's Fall, they're both at around like 100% multiplier. But we do have a card in this specific Adelheid deck that basically gives us 5 morale, so at least we're going to be getting some value there. Honestly, for the partner, you can just go whatever. If you don't have Clara, you're probably going to want to be going Wilhelmina because Rachel just doesn't give a defense percentage buff, and Adelheid scales off of defense. We want as much defense as possible. But yeah, that's the partner I'm using for my Adelheid. As for the deck, this is the deck we're going to be using for Adelheid. We got 2 Once Upon a Times on the Select and Draw 1 Epiphany. This is basically a Joker if you've ever played Cassius, or Hade Marie also has a Joker card. And then we have 3 Protect Us on the Draw 1 Epiphany. This is draw neutral, and we're going to be getting 1 AP since we got the 1 AP Divine on it. It's going to be really nice. And then the Truth Behind a Story card. This is the card that I basically said it's going to be giving us 5 morale because plus 100% damage taken by the target for 1 turn. That's 5 morale. And this deck is very AP friendly. Every card here is 0 cost, and we're going to be getting AP with the Protect Us. Our main goal is to get up to 9 AP and then use the X cost card for Fei, which we consistently do, and it's not a problem. I actually have left over AP. I think I get up to like 11 AP every time. So yeah, getting to 9 AP is definitely not a problem for that Fei X cost card. As for the memory fragments, we're just going to be running a 2-piece defense set and 2-piece max HP set. Like I said earlier, substats, you're just going to be wanting to go defense and HP. Can go ego recovery if you really want to min-max, but it's definitely not needed. As for the main stats, 4th and 5th slot are both going to be health, and then 6th slot is going to be defense. And then moving on to the 3rd and last unit we use in this team composition, it's going to be Cassius. So our Cassius, 427 defense, 815 health. We didn't stack any ego recovery on him because I just couldn't. I was trying to min-max the best defense and health I could possibly get for him, which came out to this. But yeah, he's also level 22 affinity. As for the partner, we're going to be running Nyx on him. I do have Nyx at max dupe, so the numbers may differentiate compared to your Nyx, but max dupe Nyx is going to increase the assign combat's defense, health, and heal amount by 20%, and when the assign combat draws for the first time each turn using an ability, plus 16% damage dealt by allies for 1 turn. So that's going to be a nice buff for Fei, since Cassius is always going to be drawing with his devil dice, so we'll always have that damage buff active. Getting onto the deck we're using for Cassius, it's just a standard devil dice divine deck, 2 morale neutral epiphany with reduced cost of this card by 1 divine. This is not only going to go draw neutral, but it's going to be giving us 2 morale at the same time. And then for the pop-eyed pauper, we just have the one choose 1 out of 4 quests to start, and the dice trick is going to be the one that gives us 3 morale. It decreases the morale of the enemy for 1 turn, so this can potentially save you in some situations some health, or even prevent you from dying. But yeah, this is also going to go down to 0 cost upon completing 2 quests, so this deck is also another fully 0 cost deck just like Adelheid's. And as we know, with Fei's draw 3, it's going to discard anything with a cost of 1 or above. So if all of her decks are 0 cost, we're not going to be discarding anything, which is very nice. As for the memory fragments for Cassius, we're just running 2-piece defense set and then 4-piece glory reign set. You are going to be getting exhaust skill cards and using them when Cassius completes a quest. Me personally, I always go the full house quest, so yeah, it's going to be giving us extra draw, and it's an exhaust card. As for the substats and main stats, it's literally the same as Adelheid. Substats are going to be defense, health, and ego recovery, and then main stats of 4th and 5th slot are going to be health percentage, and then 6th slot is going to be defense percentage. But yeah, those are all of the builds that we use in this video. Enough of me talking, let's get straight into this video of Fei clearing tower floor 150.
裏かをもう一度振ってみよう。もう一度振ってみようか。
一緒に絵本を読もう。
派手に行こうかね。こんなのはどうだい？
艦長、ご指示あれ狂い。裁きの継承者の力をお見せ。艦長、燃え上がれ。浄化の炎よ。継承者地で霊剣なるくらえ。断罪のたてがみ。
一緒に絵本を読もう。
裏かをもう一度振ってみようか。派手に行こうかね。こんなのはどうだい？
捕ま本がドーン。友達を守って
地で霊剣なる運気よ。
友達を守って
もう一度振ってみようか。派手にこんなのはどうだい？
地で霊剣なる運気よ。
裏かをも神の仕掛けもな
悪
い。
い友達を守って
地で霊剣なる運気。
こんなのはどうだい？
いけくらえ。断罪悪はあれ狂い。裁きのくらえ。断くらえ。断罪くらえ。断くらえ。断くらえ。断くらえ。断罪のたてがみ。攻撃でしたら
捕ま本がドーン。
神の仕掛けもない。
艦長あれ狂い。裁きくらえ。断罪。
友達を守って
こんなのはどうだい？
悪い狼さん。一緒に絵本を読もう。
継承地で霊剣なる艦長地で霊剣なるはくらえ。断罪のたてがみ。継承者艦長あれ狂い。裁きの亀くらえ。断罪くらえ。断くらえ。断くらえ。断罪。
もう一度振ってみようか。もう一度振ってみよう。もう一度振ってみよう。
いけ。
友達を守って友達を守って
もう一度振ってみ。
地で霊剣なる悪地で霊剣なる神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。継承あれ狂い。裁きくらえ。断
本がドーン。
神の仕掛
地で霊剣なるくらえ。断罪。
友達を守って
け。こんなのはどうだい？
艦長地で霊剣なる運気よ。
もう一度振ってみようか。
神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。あれ狂い。裁きのかくらえ。断くらえ。断くらえ。断くらえ。断罪のたてがみ。
派手にもう一度振ってみよう。もう一度振ってみよう。
あれ狂い。裁きくらえ。断罪。
友達を守って
もう一度振ってみよう。
地で霊剣なる運気。
こんなのはどうだい？
友達を守って
神の仕掛け。もう一度振ってみようか。
悪い友達を守って本がドーン。
いけくらえ。
裏か表か。
断罪悪を除。
こんなのは
継承者の力をお見せし。艦長ご指示で霊剣なる運気よ。地で霊剣なる地で霊剣なる運気よ。継承者はくらえ。断罪のあれ狂い。裁きくらえ。断くらえ。断くらえ。断くらえ。断くらえ。断くらえ。断罪。神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。艦長あれ狂い。裁きくらえ。断罪。
神の仕掛
友達を守って
地で霊剣なるいけくらえ。断罪。
け。こんなのはどうだい？
継承者地で霊剣なる運気よ。
友達を守って悪い狼さん。友達を守って
派手にもう一度振ってみようか。裏かをもう一度振ってみようか。
本がドーン。
地で霊剣なる運気よ。
もう一度振ってみようか。派手にもう一度振ってみよ
艦
うか。
長地で霊剣なる悪はくらえ。断罪のあれ狂い。裁きのくらえ。断くらえ。断くらえ。断くらえ。断くらえ。断くらえ。断罪の神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。
裏か表か。もう一度振ってみようか。
あれ狂い。裁きの仮面。
派手にもう一度振ってみようか。裏か表もう一度振ってみようか。
継承者の地で 霊剣なる運気じれ霊剣なる運くらえ断罪の
友達を守って。悪い狼さん本がドーン。
派手にこんなのはどうだい。
番長行けくらえ断罪のじれ霊剣なる運気よ。
裏か表もう一度振ってみようか。
友達を守って。
派手に行こうかね。
神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。
単の仕掛けもないさ。裏か表か派手にこんなのはどうだい。
継承神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。艦長悪を浄化せよ。継承者の力をお見せしましょう。はっ
捕ま友達を守って。
じれ霊剣なる運艦長神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。放送士の好機ここにあり。継承者荒れ狂え裁き食らえ断罪のたくらえ断ぐらえ断ぐらえ断ぐらえ断ぐらえ断罪。神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。パンチ神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。継承者神霊に従いついの番長はっくらえ断罪のいけ悪くらえ断罪のはっ継承者荒れ狂え裁きくらえ断罪。
もう一度振ってみようか。
艦長じれ霊剣なるくらえ断罪の
友達を守って。悪い本がドーン。
こんなのはどうだい。
継承者じれ霊剣なる運気よ。
もう一度振ってみようか。
捕ま友達を守って。
こんなのはどうだい。派手に単の仕
艦
掛けもない。
長じれ霊剣なる運気。継承者いけじれ霊剣なる運気よ。
裏か表もう一度振ってみようか。
友達を守って。
艦長
もう一度振ってみようか。
継承者の力をお見せしましょう。悪くらえ断罪のた荒れ狂え裁きのかくらえ断罪くらえ断罪くらえ断罪のくらえ断罪くらえ断罪くらえ断罪。神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。神霊の炎が悪を焼き尽くす。
既婚です
つかの間の余興にしては
お疲れ様でした。
悪くありませんでしたね。
And yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope this video was informative. If it was, I'd very much appreciate if you could show support to the channel, whether it be like, comment, or subscribe. You know, it all means a ton to me, and I appreciate every single one of you. If you have any video suggestions, let me know down below in the comments. I'll take it into consideration. But also, tell me what your guys' thoughts on Fei is so far. Whether you like her, whether you're going to be skipping her, if you're going to be saving for the new Season 4 units. I presume most people are going to be saving for those new Season 4 units. But you know, if you do want to go for Fei, I don't blame you. I really like her design, and I like her aesthetic. It reminds me of Shizuru a bit. I really like Chizuru's aesthetic with the Oni and Japanese type of vibe. I think it's really cool. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys take care, peace, and be safe. Till the next one.